The reason why I'm here with you today is to share the terms and conditions of McDonald's France's transformation using the theory of constraint in order to improve our overall operational performance. I will mostly focus today on speed of service, a key part of our business growth. Indeed, speed of execution is at the heart of my concerns. Our stakes as not only will this allow us to continue developing, it is this speed of service that our customers are looking to get within our restaurants. I will develop to explain to you our journey and steps we have taken towards continuous improvement, which led us to use the principles of the theory of constraint. Finally, I will share with you the results that we have achieved and the next steps that we are currently considering. In my presentation, after a brief introduction, I will describe how McDonald's has adapted to the French market. Then, describe how our new restaurant operating model, made for you, or full restaurant, as it was originally, and how we improved the model using the theory of constraints. McDonald's is the world leader in quick service restaurant, and therefore, obviously, speed is at the heart of our market offering. So, operational excellence is absolutely critical, as you will see throughout my presentation. We are always looking to improve flow. So we are always testing and integrating new ideas, such as the theory of constraint and lean. What is special in our implementation of the theory of constraints is that we are a quick service industry. We must at all time minimize client waiting time. So we must have an average, for example, for a 2 hours lunch period, excess capacity compared to the average demand. We want to avoid a queue of clients as much as possible, but then, during these 2 hours, we will have mini rush when suddenly 20 or more customers arrive at the same time. The restaurant is then temporarily overloaded for 5 or 10 minutes. A bottleneck will appear. It is these bottlenecks, or resources with the least capacity, that we must use as control points to manage the flow. As you will see, when the bottleneck is identified, we must decide if it is a good or bad bottleneck. Initially, the bottleneck we first identified was a bad one, and so we eliminated it. Then, later, we choose the best bottleneck or best control point and build a simple and robust flow management system based on the theory of constraint. We are facing a unique conception, mode driven by its large scale. French people eat twice a day at regular hours, which is why we experience 70% of our transactions during lunch and dinner. This specificity represents the biggest challenge that McDonald's France faces in comparison to other countries, as we must respond to a growing demand during the peak hours to efficiently bridge the gap between production capacity and service capacity that only a few countries face. With our new full restaurant made for you concept, we have started a revolution, culturally, for our restaurant teams and consumers, and physically, which can be visible to anyone. To reinvent oneself, it's to take into account our specificities and ensure that we continue performing without increasing staffing needs, anticipating customers' needs, transforming customer experience, using modern tools, and reinforcing the usage of the existing tools, such as self-ordering kiosk, present in our restaurant in France since 2007, adjusting our production process to respond to our market specificities, high peak, high arrival rate, high level of item per transaction, guarantee the best quality of our customers while operating one of our biggest changes we know in production mode. From make to stock to make to order, this is the new McDonald's restaurant, already in place in more than 80% of our restaurants, with on the service side the possibility for our customer to order as they wish, at the front counter, at the drive-thru, at the self-ordering kiosk, using our McDonald's app, or through the tablets for ordering their food. On the production side, we have 3 production lines per restaurant, allowing us to make our sandwiches in a small factory way, where each line produces in function of the orders it receives, and is open depending on demand within restaurants. Identically, we produce fries, drinks, and dessert in this way to guarantee high quality of product, freshly prepared, and an all-round experience for our clients. However, producing based on customer order has another advantage. We are able to offer more variety in terms of product, and above all, more personalizations, which in today's world holds on the key to success in business. Let's look at changes that we have operated from physical and equipment point of view. Production side, this is what we will focus on during this presentation. Order-led production changes everything in our operational mode. Beyond words, let's look at how it works.
Dès le début du projet, en fait, on n'a pas seulement voulu construire une cuisine qui correspond aux besoins qu'on a actuellement, mais on a vraiment voulu construire une cuisine qui correspondrait aux besoins futurs. Et donc vraiment une cuisine qui arrive à faire des produits à la commande, mais adaptés aux besoins vraiment de spécificité française.
Pour un rush, on a une commande, il y a un équipier à l'initiation. Un équipier en garniture et un autre équipier à l'UHT. Donc c'est là, il finalise le produit, il pose les protéines, il ferme le sandwich et l'envoie dans le tapis.
Et le client, il va avoir un produit de meilleure qualité. Donc pour nous aussi, c'est gratifiant.
C'est beaucoup plus silencieux. On a l'impression qu'il n'y a pas de bruit, c'est calme. Personne ne crie, on n'est pas dans le jus comme on était. On bosse beaucoup, mais c'est pas la même fatigue en fait que dans les autres rushs. Et là, en Made for You, c'est vrai que ça, c'est vraiment appréciable.
Finally, the assembly. This crucial step in the process was to focus of our analysis because it brings together all of the production lines, sandwiches, fries, and drinks and desserts. To fully understand, let's look at how it works.
Donc, quand on suit le process de préparation d'une commande, la première étape est d'initier et produire les sandwichs en cuisine. Au moment où tous les sandwichs de la commande arrivent dans la zone OAT, un équipier les pose sur un plateau. On finit la partie chaude de la commande en mettant les frites. Le plateau est mis sur la table d'assemblage en rajoutant les sauces, pailles et serviettes. L'équipier met les boissons et desserts. Un équipier prend la commande finalisée de la zone d'assemblage directement à la table du client.
On marche carrément moins. Ça va être moins fatigant dans le sens où elle va vraiment pouvoir se concentrer sur ce qu'elle fait, l'assemblage des commandes.
On n'a pas besoin de courir partout, on a une organisation qui fait que c'est pas la peine, quoi, ça sert à rien.
The entire solution using 3 production lines works pretty well in standard McDonald's conditions, but presents new challenges when brought to the French conditions. This is due to the high number of transactions, high arrival rate over a 15-minute period, also due to the number of items bought, which when combined impacts the order assembly table, or OAT, as we can call it, where whole production lines are delivering all sandwiches. These congestions of sandwiches affects our capacity to produce and serve our customers quickly. And quickly, we were able to identify the source of this issue. If we produce complete orders on each line, sandwich per sandwich, insertion in the hub and spoke tunnel, causes all of the orders to be mixed and requires to reconstruct each order at the exit of the order assembly table at the assembly step. We have therefore identified a potential solution, not by bypassing the constraint, but by analyzing the root cause of it. We shall keep all orders assembled throughout the entire process. This is an easy solution to simplify the crew's workload and maximize the preparation time. This also avoids loss of time and increase capacity to serve more orders on the same period of time. The grouped order solution is based on full kit and the one piece of flow principles. We make sure that the order is completed from the first step in the kitchen, which is the initiation point, before releasing the second one. We asked Marris Consulting to support us in this approach. We asked them to analyze all our processes and propose improvements. Food restaurants must stay both simple and robust. The solution has to be relevant and present a positive impact on our service time and financial results. We have therefore reviewed all of the steps throughout the entire process, from the kitchen production chain, the assembly at the order assembly table, to customer service, ensuring that our teams could at all the time have control over their performance to ensure that together they are able to achieve their service time, number of transactions, and therefore sales targets. To be able to operate this change uniformly across the market while limiting the risks of business impact, we operated in steps. First, by carrying out a diagnosis on a restaurant, analyzing several types of building with different configurations, and finally, testing our solution on this same restaurant before proceeding with a sequenced deployment across the entire market. In McDonald's, our challenge with each change is to train more than 70,000 employees distributed in 1,500 restaurants operating on average 3 production lines. The principles of our solution are quite simple and easily applicable by our restaurant teams. The crew members follow the same process as before, but a pick list will allow them to identify throughout the process the order number, the quantity of sandwiches constituting the order he is preparing. This ticket then make it possible to group all the product on a single tray. Identification is then facilitated when sandwiches arrive at the assembly station on one tray. We have studied different options to group the order, change the ticket to make it easier for our crew members to read, and finally, reviewed our equipment standard so that the transformation is also done with a controlled investment for all of our owner-operators. TOC has allowed us to ban some practices such as productivity at a local level at the initiation step. In the beginning, we create an indicator that was used to measure the speed of the crew members to bump orders. This practice tended to send products into the system without worrying about the downstream flow. Breaking this kind of local measurement allows us to have more fluidity of the OAT. All the actions undertaken in parallel, starting from the bump in the kitchen, which controls the order, throughput arriving in the kitchen, the visibility given around preparation time, the uniform treatment throughout the day, enabled us to act on the process of the group order with a potential gain at the pilot phase estimated at 25 seconds. However, at the same time, we had to review a crucial position in our system, the storage unit of our proteins, which became, at the acceleration of our process with the implementation of the group order, the central point of our warning. Indeed, one part is not properly supplied. The whole production chain stopped despite of our effort to make it more efficient. As a result, while working on the implementation, we have also worked on training of our teams in the management of this storage unit, create visibility on protein shortages that can affect the entire process, and finally, review our forecasting system to better anticipate this during peak hours and work in real time during the off-peak hours. One of the main goals here is achieving operational excellence to ensure the best customer experience. I will say that our objective has been reached, and here we are. The results are visible today, and this is impressive. Every second gain is a potential increase in our business. The more time you save on peaks, the more customers you can serve within this time frame. Full Restaurant has allowed McDonald's France to reach a milestone, and today give us the opportunity to continue to increase our leadership. This transformation was not easy. It is still a journey, and we will have converted the world market into 21. But with more than 80% of the market converted today, a large part of the work has been done because we were able to question ourselves, because we were able to seek the necessary expertise to go further. And I would like to take this opportunity to thank Marris Consulting, with whom we have developed a strong partnership to improve our operational performance and continuously improve our operational excellence.